Hi, welcome to AP Computer Science, Greenfoot Lesson 1.2. Today we're going to look at a new scenario, and we're going to be talking about classes and subclasses and how those relationships work. And then we're going to have a little bit more interesting run concept where we'll actually have something with frames and interesting things going on. And we're going to get into source code and see how Greenfoot exposes the source code of the objects. So without further ado, let's open up a new scenario. So click on Scenario, go to Open. We're still in Chapter 1. This time select the Scenarios folder and hit. Let's talk a little bit about the tree on the right side. Every scenario that we open will have a world class, and then we'll have a subclass underneath that, and each scenario will have its own different type of subclass. We're not going to worry about these too much. And then down below we have actor, and actor has a number of subclasses under it. Indeed, there are two direct subclasses, explosion and mover, and then there are other additional subclasses, asteroid, bullet, and rocket, that are subclasses of both mover and then also subclasses of actor. So actor in this situation has 5 subclasses. Now there are 2 vocab words that we want to be familiar with here. Subclass, again, mover is a subclass of actor, and we have also the word superclass. And we could say mover is a superclass of bullet, or mover is a superclass of asteroids. So it's a similar concept, it's just referencing in different directions on the tree. So without further ado, let's throw an asteroid into space, and let's throw a rocket into space. And then down at the bottom, go ahead and hit run. And you have a rocket that will fly around space. You can control this with your keypad. I challenge you to go ahead and do so right now. Start playing with it. And then you can use your spacebar to shoot. Now, the asteroid is not getting destroyed every time we shoot it. So let's pause things and see what's going on. If we pause it and right-click on the asteroid, we can select Get Stability. And we'll see that the stability is currently 32. So let's run it again, and let's shoot it. Oh, I missed. It's going to come over here. Okay, here it comes. Okay, perfect. Well, I hit it and I killed myself. So it used to be 32. Now I'll do stability and I see that it's 16. So the one shot decreased the stability by 16. And the question might be, well, what type of relationship? Is it just strictly linear? And indeed it is, yes. It goes down by 16 every time. So let's create a new rocket. Beauty of this game is we can play as many times as we want. Hit run again. And then let's hit shoot this. So now it has, once it reached 0, it's going to create 2 new ones. And let's pause this and take a look at these guys. And we'll do get stability. And these new ones will start with a 32, which would mean, based upon our understanding, that it would take 2 shots to destroy one of them. So let's go ahead and destroy one just to see that. So shoot and shoot. Whoops. Terrible gamer. Okay. Now one of the challenges that we're having is it doesn't shoot as quickly. I mean, being a bad gamer, I would like to be able to shoot more quickly. So let's right click on the rocket and we can change the reload time. When it was first created, it was 20. Let's change it down to, like, say 5. Hit OK. Now when I run it, I have like a little machine gun. Even Mr. Restpass can do well at this. Okay, so let's get destroyed again. Let's crash. Oh, perfect. And let's create a new rocket. Okay, so when I create a new rocket and I hold down the key again, notice that my speed of reloading is back to the original. Well, the problem there is I changed the property on the actual object. I changed the instance of an object, but I didn't actually change the class definition. If I want to make it permanent, I'm going to need to change the class definition. So let's double click on rocket. And let's look at the source code for Rocket. So again, we see that it's importing the Greenfoot packages and classes. Down below, we see the definition of the class Rocket, and indeed it says extends mover, and that's where this relationship is occurring. And we often will say a Rocket is a mover, right? And so whenever we have a subclass relationship, we think of it as an is a relationship. We have our first method is a constructor. The constructor is the first thing that runs when the class is created or when the object is instantiated. And so we see straight away there it's setting up an instance variable to 20 for the gun reload time. So let's change that to 5 in the original source code. Go ahead and compile that and close it. And so now we're going to need to recreate our world. So add an asteroid again and add a rocket again. And now you can run. And now we have a nice machine gun that's always working. So that's that. It's just a nice little get to see subclasses, superclasses, and see the relationship of the code behind the classes and the objects.